What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Tonight on this amazing show, we bring to you the Wildsea in a show called The Zephyr Strikes Again. I'm joined by this amazing crew of the Zephyr, and they will, you get an introduction to them in just a moment. As you may have noticed, we have a new member joining the crew. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe they will join, maybe they won't. It's a democracy around here, I feel like. Unless we consult the cactus puppy. The cactus puppy might be the leader.
Might be.
Nobody asks Will ever, because he'll just give you a thumbs up. But welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Before we dive into everything, and we're still waiting on one other player, I'm going to take a brief moment here to pass the proverbial microphone, or the real microphone, I guess, over to Juniper to talk about another show and channel that she is part of.
That's
So
me.
take it away.
I'm Juniper.
That's you.
I'm linen and spice most places on the internet. Ray is talking about the Moonstone Matriarchy, which is an all-women D&D 5e campaign that runs on Saturdays over on the D&D channel. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Come and join us. There is so much family drama. It's great. We're about to attend a Fey wedding. We've just landed in the Feywild, and our last session we explored the Archfey's castle that one of our party members is marrying, and it's amazing. Just I don't know. It's like being there in the Feywild. It's amazing. Jess is an amazing DM. So yeah, come join us on Saturday as we explore maybe outside the castle, looking for wedding gifts, and hopefully don't get ourselves into too much trouble with the Fey. We'll see. Back to Ray.
Thank you. I love that. I'm very excited to see how that all plays out in the end, because the Feywild is a crazy place. I mean, it's good times. Good times.
And we have a
also,
Leroy Jenkins type party, so it's going to get interesting.
That is for sure. Also joining us this evening is another fantastic content creator, Crow Stark Maven. Take it away.
Hello. Yes, I do all content creation. Have been on pause for a bit because it's been hot. It's been summer. I do a lot of like tabletop RPG cosplay stuff. You know, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch where I play. Video games and I don't know, whatever I feel like playing at the time. I do also have some stuff coming up for that. Still figuring all that out. I am also on YouTube. I need to remember to update that. And then also Instagram, where I'm just random as well. I'm random all around. And also I'm on majority of the games here. So, yeah, that's me. And, yeah, that's it. Ray, it's your turn again.
Yay, it's my turn again. All right, well, I'm Ray, the Arcmaster. I've got all the socials is Shattered Tabletop Gaming, so go ahead and check those out. We've got a Facebook, a YouTube, and, oh, what's up, Scorpio? Welcome. I think the only thing really left before we jump into the game is to launch the old intro. And once we get through the intro, we will do a brief, super quick recap of what happened last time through our lovely diary entry that happens at the beginning of every episode. So sit tight, enjoy the intro. We'll see you all in about 50 seconds.
Shiny in the sun, we're a crew of friends just having fun. Mary's handles the tech, Quicksilver looks for love. Kineko tends the plants on the deck, Sparks cast lightning up above, and Harlan brings you the mail.
Right. So seeing the intro actually makes me think that since M is not here, maybe I'll do a little plug for Magical Miss. So if you like glittery magic and high school shenanigans and the Winx Club, you might want to check out their channel over at Magical Miss. They have started a campaign where they are the uh, progeny of the original Winx characters. They're going through a new class at, I believe it's called Althea, and it's definitely a wild ride. It's a lot of chaotic fun. They just did an episode where it was like very Bridgerton themed, so that was pretty funny to tune in and check out. So make sure to head over to Magical Mist, give them a like and a follow so you can check out those shenanigans as well. With that being said, I am ready to hit the button. So Priscilla, you are in the midst of chaos, but you still managed to find some time to come up with a diary entry. Go ahead and take it away.
A girl must keep up with her diary. I think we're going to stall for about a minute and a half because Twitch is showing me that we have an ad going on right now.
Oh no.
So we'll just,
All right, so everybody make funny faces and no, just kidding. Go to the
I'm not seeing
bathroom.
that. Oh, here we go. This guy.
Like, oh, there's the ad. Dang it. Those ads. Well, you got to get paid somehow.
Mm-hmm.
All the heads.
But for those who are catching up on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe on Twitch and join us live on the nights that you can join us. If you don't know when we're going live, you can join Shatter Tabletop Gaming in Discord. And that way you'll see what shows start when. And that way you can help join in the shenanigans by using channel points on Twitch. You can make monsters grow. You can make us grow. You can make potency fluxes happen. You can even help heal us if you like certain characters and don't want them to die. I've used mine a few times.
Yes,
so-
you have.
Not always for good reasons either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it keeps you guys on your toes. Okay. And so here we go. Dear Diary, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Although I would say our collection is nowhere complete. But I still consider myself the girl who's got everything. Everything, as in the best crew ever. This actress, who just loves that the Zephyr crew decided Harlan's next organic delivery will be bringing Apis to their queen. We're simply buzzing with excitement on this adventure. Not only will we bring two loves that belong together, we'll be on the lookout for additional trade-worthy material to bring back to Weaselbox. Harlan has us convinced that our next upgrade to the Zephyr shall be a snow cone machine. Just imagine me in a cute new outfit, sunbathing on the deck with Krazumi running around getting underfoot, absorbing delicious icy cold sugar water as I relax and bop along to the joyful music that comes from Kanoko. All this while Cerise makes sure our voyage is smooth sailing. I may even take a picture of my first taste of a snow cone and post it on my Instalog social media. Hashtag felt cute, won't delete later. Hashtag too cool for fools. And so begun our descent down into the sea. Despite there being less light, it was eerily beautiful. To see the very rare occasional beams of light as we got further away from the thrash, you could see sparkles of light from the little light-up bugs circling and dancing and bringing life glitter amongst the dark. We came across a reef, a sad treasure trove of shipwrecks. It was as sorrowful as it was beautiful to see all the ships seemingly appear to float between the tree trunks that held great ships. Trekking carefully downward through the reef, we were determined to not be a part of their world. As we admired and destroyed some of the structures of the ship, we looked for gadgets and gizmos aplenty. We wanted who's-its and what's-its galore. Maybe some thingamabobs, even 20. We all cared to make a deal. We needed more. Copper wires, brass clogs, insect terrarium with living insects, and Debbie, a sapphire-backed reef beetle. We were treasure hunting happily, at the expense of having my arm chewed on. When a lady wants to be eaten, an arm in the mouth of a large angler bug is not what she has in mind. After taking care of getting uneaten with my baby bombs, we exited the reef and eventually got to the drown. With the branches of the trees getting more sparse from the lack of light and the cool chill from the shadowy darkness, my heart certainly felt as though it was drowning. Still, we must press on for Harlan to deliver Apis to their queen. But I certainly look forward to when we get them together and we can head back up to Will and Krazumi waiting for us at the thrash. Who knows what or who we'll encounter in this drown? But, Diary, do you ever feel like you're being watched? Shivers down all my spines, but I certainly feel like there are eyes on me now. Oh dear. Always thorny, Priscilla.
Well done. Well done.
Goodness.
That was great. It's always a pleasure to hear the recap through Priscilla's diary entries. So good. The ship is currently falling into the darkness, and directly in front of you are two massive kaleidoscope colored changing eyes that are staring at the ship. All of you are feeling like that sensation of falling as the ship lets loose from the tree and you begin to fall. And it's only for a brief moment as the eyes disappear and the ship stops falling.
What happened?
I'm not sure. You guys see something out the window?
Where did the eyes go?
Is it just darkness around?
It is. It is just a coffin of inky blackness all around the ship.
Did it feel like the ship caught on to something and came to a stop, or is Harlan still like full throttling it?
So, despite Harlan still being pedal to the metal and throttle all the way up, the ship has stopped. It seems like it is in fact caught on something.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down to like where the bottom of the ship is to try and see what we've landed on, or like what we're stuck on.
Okay.
Be careful. Harlan, you let up for a second while we piece this together, please.
All right.
Yeah, probably slow down.
While Kanoko's going in that direction, I'm gonna press my face up against the glass where we saw the eyes from.
Okay. Harlan throttles back for. You can hear the engine kind of slow down to like a very slow kind of whir. Kanoko, you get down to the bottom and you can hear what sounds like kind of a soft kind of scratching coming from the hull from the outside. Like
Is it creepy scratching or?
It sounds like a large centipede crawling around the ship.
Hello? Who's out there?
Through one of the little portholes, the circular holes at the bottom that have the windows, you see it light up with that kaleidoscope. And you hear, not audibly, but mentally, you hear a voice say, "Dear stranger, welcome to my nightmare."
Hi. That's not a very nice nightmare so far. Can we help you make it happier?
I would love that very much. I am quite hungry. And I see you have one of my most favorite snacks hiding on board this ship.
What do you eat?
Essence.
Huh?
Do I know what they're talking about?
Cerise, I need you to make an iron and sense check.
Oh no! Oh, of course. Of course. Iron and sense. Okay, cool. I got this. See, I roll 3 dice now. I have 2 6s and a 5.
All right, 2 6s. That is a critical success with a twist. So, again, the twist is up to the crew to decide what that part of it is. Cerise, since you are the roller of said twist, you can decide what it is, like, after kind of brainstorming it out.
Yes.
So what happens with the successes? You feel your armor start to, like, kind of shake involuntarily and almost like try to peel apart, like your essence is being pulled out of your suit. But
fuck.
through your critical roll, you're able to will yourself back in.
So like the all the metal tries to pull apart, the little spectral bits cling on to that armor and pull it back together. And it's just holding still. So on the armor, it looks like it's somewhat glowing because of the little specters stuff. Okay. Interesting.
I have a question.
Okay.
So when he was talking, because Kanoko was the one who said hello first, is he mentally only talking to Kanoko, or do we all hear it?
Yeah, do
Nope,
we all
just
hear?
only to Kanoko.
Just Kanoko, and then
Reese has no idea why this is happening to her.
Nope.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
I know what this being is talking about when it says it eats essence?
You tell me. Is this something you think Kanoko would know something about?
No, I don't think so, actually. Kanoko is very new to this world and is learning things as they go, so I don't think they don't know what this is about yet. Okay.
Okay, that's reasonable.
I'll
buy that for $1.
What do you mean by essence? What do you eat?
Spirits, little one.
Oh, of course.
Look, I don't know if any of us have any spirits we could spare. Is there something else we could feed you instead?
We can't. Also, I still have that
Unfortunately, to keep me alive for as long as I have been, I must eat spirits. It's the only thing that can keep my life going.
Well, that
And
sucks.
the all right. The eye kind of like backs up from the window so you can actually see the full face and everything of this creature, and this will also help our viewers as to what is currently wrapped around the ship. It is a gigantic spectropede.
Okay.
Oh,
That
Oh.
is creepy. Nightmare indeed.
oh goodness. Oh,
Okay,
goodness.
Cerise, what's the twist idea?
Okay, so when all that happened, could I tell that something else was like trying to get at me? Okay. This is going to pull into a bit of Cerise's backstory. Something's gonna kind of respond. We're not really gonna be able to see it. And I have no artwork so the audience can see it. But kind of like a low horn of like another ship is heard right above us, and it's got plenty of spirits on it for the that can be heard by the centipede. And probably for our angle we can't see it, but there's that low horn, and Cerise's spectral bits go kind of straight and sort of circle around, because she can also, between this, she can feel this ship sort of responding to her, but she doesn't want to deal with it at the moment.
All right.
That's a twist.
That is a very good twist. The Spectropede lets go of the submarine and heads off towards this ghost ship, we'll call it. You all now feel yourselves falling again.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Can I sort of just gently shove, excuse me, Harlan, and try to like move the ship to where maybe I can kind of tell where there might be some bit of a tree to grab
I'm
on.
just imagining this fucking submarine with the Doc Ock arms just like flailing, trying to grab stuff as it goes down.
It is like just like feeling out for it, and once it can grab on something, it wraps around.
I feel like that is a very, very perfect example of what's happening right now. Let me turn to the ship here and see what we got going on. So go ahead and roll 3d6 for me. That'll be speed and saws.
Cool. 3d6.
Because even though the submarine technically isn't saw powered like most normal ships, I mean, neither is y'all's, but saws is just the blanket term for what makes the ship go.
Okay. I have 5, 6, and then a 1.
Okay, well, the 6 is what we're focusing on here. So the Doc Ock arms are flailing around like wacky waving inflatable arm people, and manages to not so much grab on to halt the stop, but like grab onto branches, and as they break, it slows the ship down.
Yeah. It's not full stop, but like, yeah, slow down. At least we're not like uncontrollably falling.
Right. Yeah, you've managed to get it like horizontal, so it's actually the right direction, but it's falling much slower now. But
I'm just loving the mental image of like, when a plane is in free fall and you get like everything floating and just like all of us just kind of madly trying to grab to walls and stuff.
Yes.
Like doggy paddling, like.
Yeah. Yep.
So while the ship is falling, you are getting closer and closer, Kanoko, to the feeling of the source of the hive mind. But we're going to cut to a different scene real quick. Sparks, you've been pupating for a long time, ever since a spectropede ravaged your poor village and ate the souls out of everyone. You've been pupating. It was the only way to save yourself from what was happening. And while in your little cocoon, taking a nice little nap, you get like the little fibers on your body. You feel them like kind of start to stand up, almost like too much static charge is building. And as you kind of crack one eye open to take a peek at yourself and see what's happening, you can see like the little static lightning bolts hitting the inside of your cocoon.
All right. So with it, and maybe just a question before I kind of get into it, do Mothrans remember their past lives, or is it just okay?
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. Just kind of, I guess, like more or less like glimpses, right? Like I'm kind of my own person, but I'm still like almost like an avatar state where like you have all these lives, but you're still your own person, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure. So I think, yeah, Sparks is peeking out and kind of seeing all this, and is like, well, this is new, and kind of just looking at all of the electricity that's going around and whatnot, and at that point, I think they just want to kind of like pop out of their like little cocoon thing to see like what's going on.
Popping out of your cocoon, you see the desolate remains of your dragonfly village. Everything covered with dust, and just it's been a long time since anybody has stepped foot down here. But you get like not a feeling per se, but like you can sense, like, because you got little antennae and stuff, that there is another living being down here. There's someone else in your village.
And so like I'm, just for clarification, like I'm on like the bottom of I'm on the ground floor of.
So sorry, your village, it was built in like the trunk of a massive tree called an iron root tree. It had broken off at some point, and so now it's just kind of like a large flat surface, and that's where your little village was set up.
Gotcha. Okay. I think like what's running through Sparks' mind is that like, like she with all of that, like they still know these other members and everything, so there is like a sadness, a grief that they're feeling, but they're also kind of still disoriented a little bit from like basically being reborn. And so I think they sort of shift their focus on to something a little bit more tangible, and that's that feeling that there is another life form there. So they're gonna kind of walk towards that way.
Okay. So normally you would pick what you wanted to roll, but what I'm going to have you roll, just so that you can kind of get a feel for things, is I'm going to have you roll Grace for your edge, and then I'm going to have you roll delve for your skill. So if you have any dots in those, you're going to roll that number of d6s.
So Grace, and then okay,
Delve.
So I do have Grace, one of those, and then no delve.
Okay.
So just 1d6 then?
So it would be 1d6 unless you have something else on your character sheet that you might be able to use to your advantage. I'm not really seeing anything in your aspects that would really help. It is very, very dark down here. So actually, I will grant you another d6 if you wanted to use your specimen, which is a fluorescent beetle.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I just happen to have this like glowing beetle on me. I will definitely Sparks will definitely pull it out to kind of see, I guess.
Okay.
But they're not going to use it as like a thing like that. They're kind of just going to hook the beetle onto like them to like illuminate. So
Is it a live beetle? Like, have you got this little glowing creature? Like,
Yeah.
It is.
oh, I love that.
all right, so I'm rolling 2 d6s. And I just add them up.
Nope. You just tell me what the numbers are.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. So we're looking for the top number every time, like the highest one. So with a 6, you hook your beetle on, and it sheds light as you are intending, and you're kind of walking along. And as you're looking around, there's 2 things that are going to happen here. Now, number 1, your village, back when you were younger, before the Spectropede came along, used to be at the top of the trees. Like this village was in the up in the thrash where the sun shine, and it used to be a nice village. But after the Spectropede came, the other trees kept growing, whereas your tree stayed where it was. So you're now noticing that you're in pitch blackness down here. Much different than when you went into your cocoon. The second thing is, when you're using your beetle and you're looking around, you see the tiniest of little creatures compared to you. It is a little bitty honeybee. But this little bitty honeybee has a little bitty crown.
Do I, because I am aware that there's a bunch of different languages, but do I speak the language of the bee? Can I, well, I guess in that sense, I kind of go up to the bee and I'm like, hi, what are you doing all the way out here?
So you have 3 languages that you speak, which is Low Sour, Brass Tongue, or Old Hand. Which of those would you like to use?
I guess I'll try Low Sour at first, to see if that works. But if it doesn't, then I would probably switch over to Old Hand, which is basically just sign language. At least what I was kind of gathering from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you don't have anything in Sway. Let's go Grace and Low Sour. So roll 2d6 and we'll see if it works.
Okay. Wow, a 5 and a 6. I wish I could show you. So, actually, yeah.
No, that's good.
Those are officially your Wildsea dices now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I actually swapped to purple. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, nice.
So you are talking to this little bee, and in a tiny little voice says, "I'm so cold."
Well, Sparks is gonna kind of like put their hand out to, doesn't want to forcibly just take the bee to them, but just, sticks their hand out as like a little resting spot of warmth and everything. Is like, I could warm you up. Are you lost? What are you doing out here? Do you know what's going on down here? Why is it so dark?
The little bee crawls up into your hand and like tries to like kind of curl up, like nestle up, and says, "This is the drown. It's scary here."
That's so adorable. Oh. The drown. How do we get out of the drown?
We gotta go. Pinocchio, you get a sense of like relief and like not necessarily comfort, but like relief and like okay, I'm a little safe now.
Oh, something's good happening with the queen. I think we're almost there too.
Are we almost there? Did I just make that up?
So you made that up, but I do enjoy it, and we're gonna get to that part in just a second. Sparks, do you have anything else that you would like to talk to the bee about before I push the scene forward?
No, I think Sparks, because Sparks has multiple hands and arms, just for our viewers and whatnot, to get a sense of my character. So with one hand, just I guess opposite of the beetle, just kind of holding the bee close to their chest and everything, and then Sparks is gonna kind of look around to see if there's anything that she can basically start climbing or vaulting or whatever the case may be. They obviously want to like get out of the drown, whatever that is.
Gotcha. Looking around, you do see that the village itself, pretty much everything has been chewed away by time, and the tree that it is on is too far away from nearby trees for you to reach like with your own hands and things. And your wings, unfortunately, because you just came out of your cocoon, have not been properly stretched out yet. You know how like a moth or a butterfly will come out and they'll kind of dry their wings off? I know you're a dragonfly, but same concept.
Same.
But doing this mini investigation, you take a look up, and way off in the distance, you see the faintest glow of light that appears to be getting closer rapidly. And remember how I said little static lightning was kind of coming off of you in your cocoon?
Yeah.
Now it's like larger bolts. Not like lightning bolts, but think of like one of those, the orbs that you put your hand on and the lightning comes up to your fingertips. It's like one of those. Yeah, like a plasma. It's those size, and they kind of trail off into the darkness as you let them go.
Oh, that's pretty
it's kind
cool.
of like an uncontrollable static surge.
Can it be like because Sparks is gonna be stretching their wings out, and as they stretch their wings out, that's kind of like the pulsing that it's coming from.
I like that a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Meanwhile, back on the ship, Kanoko, since you are down in the lower levels near the engine room, Apis opens up the door and says, "Is anyone nearby?" We have
What?
a problem.
Uh-oh. You mean nearby as in like outside, or you mean inside the ship? Because I'm here.
Yes, you. Come.
How can I help?
Toddles in.
Entering into the engine room, you see your little lightning mushroom that had gotten a face and everything, became alive and sentient thanks to the Krezerin. Looks a little worse for wear.
Oh no.
It's not glowing as brightly, and like the lightning is kind of much smaller.
Oh no.
And the little mushroom looks at you and says, "Oh, I'm tired."
Oh no. Okay. Oh, so you've been working really hard. Maybe we need to give you a rest. Have you eaten recently? Can I get you something to eat?
Well, what is eating? I've only just got a mouth.
You stick something in your mouth and it makes you feel better.
Oh god, I need to rephrase that. Why does this keep happening to me?
I wasn't thinking about any other context.
So let me get this right. You're gonna stick something in my mouth and I'm gonna feel better.
That's the idea, yeah.
Sometimes it works for Priscilla.
Of course it does.
Oh my god. I'm in like 3 different types of pain.
Welcome to the Wildsea, Sparks. Yeah, all right. I can eat.
I have some specimens.
And Kanoko, how do I describe this? Kanoko has like these trailing kind of almost like a cloak, but it's actually part of them, like these sort of mushroom veil bits that kind of hang down, and they reach into a pocket in one of these. Canon mushrooms have pockets in this universe, and they start pulling out specimens.
Okay, well, I have some things that might work here. We've got some sourvine extract. I got this gold-winged bee. Oh, sorry, Apis. But both of them are a bit charred. Or there's this sparky rooted mushroom, which is also charred. But since you're a sparky mushroom, would this sparky mushroom stuff help? Do you think?
I don't know. I've never considered cannibalism.
That's time for everything.
Yeah, all right.
I hand over the specimen of the sparky rooted mushroom.
Hey,
And
I'm
it's-
delicious.
It's charred, so I'm taking that to mean like seared to perfection, with little crispy bits on the outside.
I love it.
I am never going to look at grilled mushrooms the same ever again.
You're welcome.
The little sparky mushroom mows down on it and like, all right, well, I feel much better, thanks. And he kind of like buckles down and you see the lightning kind of power back up. And when he gets a full charge going again, Sparks, your little lightning bolts now become like full on like Dungeons and Dragons style lightning bolt. And everyone on the ship can now see a ball of lightning firing around down below.
Holy moly! What the fuck is that?
You and vulgar.
Good night, folks.
Oh my
Oh my.
That's so awesome.
That's a quote.
Oh my god.
I need that on a t-shirt. Just so out of context. I love it.
I think Sparks is confused because like they don't even know what's really happening around them either. And so they're kind of just in awe like looking around at these like the lightning bolts that are like firing off.
Oh goodness. Should I aim for the ball of lightning, I guess?
I think that's where we're going. Yeah.
I'm assuming I can sense that that's the direction.
Yeah.
That,
That the queen
that's
is,
where we're going.
Okay. Weird, random ball of lightning in the pitch black darkness. Here we come.
All of you, as you get closer, are reminded that very much of a previous lightning encounter with a living storm named Maw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did have that, didn't we?
This like the coloration of the lightning and everything is like identical.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm
my
approaching cautiously.
is that my ex-boyfriend?
Please, no. I'm going there.
okay,
I am
Killa.
not ready to see him.
We gotta get you someone else to obsess over, cause he wasn't worth it.
He kind of round up. Yes.
We killed him though. I have his heart in my workshop as a mini fridge. That can't be him. What's going on here?
Are you, Kanoko, are you sure this is where we're going? Because that does look a lot like that store.
Let me double check. Yeah, that's the right direction. That's yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. I'm approaching cautiously then. Okay.
As cautiously as a falling submarine can be.
Yeah.
With Doc Ock arms.
Submarine with a Doc Ock arms.
I like to think you're like, we need to get there faster, and when you throttle up, the arms are just like like flailing ninja run style behind the ship. Like, you get to the lower level. Sparks, you see so I don't have to go into too crazy of a description. This is an old for Wildsea, not old to us, but a U-boat, like a nuclear submarine.
Okay.
But it has robotic Dr. Octopus arms that stick off of it.
All right.
And it is like kind of sort of grabbing at branches and bark and things as it falls, like trying to slow its descent. Cerise, despite your best efforts, you do hit. It's not like a crash landing or anything, but it's definitely enough of a thump that everybody just kind of Captain Kirk's. Like,
Yeah. We're here.
Cerise stands up like, we're here.
No, she's actually still holding on to like the steering mechanism. It kind of like fixes her hat.
Okay, Apis, let's
Nailed
go.
it. First try.
Grab
Uh,
Apis,
What you
make
need
for
to
the
learn,
nearest
Harlan.
porthole, sort of whatever you called it, like a hatch kind of situation.
Is,
Yeah, yeah.
is the-
There was
yeah,
that hatch at the bottom.
is
And
the
I'm-
sub-
Unless you're all going out the top.
They're
Which one's closest to the lightning?
I'll say the bottom one. It'll be
the
easier
bottom.
to
Okay.
go that way. So you open up the hatch and see, standing in the middle of this desolate village, what appears to be a smaller version of Maw shooting lightning around. And
Oh.
you hear the little lightning mushroom from the engine room say, well, somebody out there's got a bright personality.
I don't think it's their personality that's doing all the bright, but you know.
Friend or foe? Cerise calls out.
Hello.
Hello? Friend?
It's very much like a sci-fi movie where the door opens and the light is behind them and they're just like shadows standing in
Friend, I hope? Yeah. What's
It's okay,
going
they're
on?
our friend. Let's go.
Toddle up to you.
Cerise is still kind of cautious because she's seen what has happened to like other Ironbound with the Living Storm, and she's like, I'm not sure if this is safe for me or not. I just avoided something else trying to take me.
Just so you can get a visual on what's toddling towards you right now, Kinoko is essentially a clump of mushrooms. It's with kind of arms, but kind of no arms, just like a cloak sort of thing. And they move like this. They're just kind of toddling up
They
to you.
waddle.
They have the occasional little glowing mushroom on a stalk as well, so they've kind of got little built-in dim headlights. That's what you see.
Oh wow. It's a gal. It's been so long. Hi. Do you know how to get out of the drown?
Hi.
blasting between Kanoko and Cerise. Apis comes running through, trailing bees behind and everything. And Sparks, this creature, think of a swarm of bees in a trench coat, comes running up to you, grabs you up into the air, and starts like swirling you around slowly.
I think Sparks would like kind of like yelp a little bit, like as you know, being lifted up, not really expecting that, and then just kind of giggles as they're being spun around slowly.
Apis sets you down, and when they do so, you see the queen say, "Thank you for keeping me safe." And she just kind of flutters up and rejoins Apis. And the swirling, chaotic, just nightmare of bees becomes so organized. And they become like a solid creature. We are whole.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. We can never repay your kindness.
No worries. Do you know how we could get out of here, though? Is the only thing.
We must go up.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And the submarine, which, if I remember correctly, still works.
Well, the little mushroom that was powering it was not doing too good, but I fed them a specimen of kind of themselves, and the auto cannibalism seemed to help. So I think we're good now.
That was a sentence that I think I'll try to unpack later. Okay. I guess we're good. Cerise will step a little bit closer now that seeing all of it. To describe Cerise, she's like this 6 foot tall, almost ball jointed doll of a robot. With like the plating is kind of this white metal. There's these little bluish, little spectral, not really sparks, but they just kind of float around her naturally. They're a little bit closer now because she's still wary of what happened before. And she's got this blue hat and blue cape to kind of match the design of her mask. And she's got Saber off to her hip.
Okay.
So, that's Reese.
I think Sparks is gonna take a step towards you guys and just and Ironbound too? What an interesting group already. Are you guys trying to get out of the drown as well?
Well, we came in and now we're about to go out. So, yes.
We came in to rescue the queen, and I guess we've done that now. So yeah, now we got to go back to the surface.
Yeah.
Do you want to come with us?
Yeah. Like she Sparks is about to like totally ask, but like didn't know how, so like yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
There's plenty of room.
Says
This is
the actress.
I'm Kanoko, and this is Cerise, and this is Priscilla, and this is Harlan, and it's really nice to meet you. Hi.
Hi, and
I'm a
nice to
male
see you.
moth. Well, not a male moth, but a male moth.
A fellow Mothrin. I'm Sparks, and I kind of was just reborn, so I'm sort of
Oh.
getting reoriented to life and stuff. I really appreciate you guys being willing to take me with you.
Of course. It seems kind of lonely down here, so yeah, come with us.
And Sparks is totally getting on the submarine, so
Great.
Like, it's not the greatest ship to have ever existed, but they did a really good job patching this thing up. Sparks has seen Wildsea ships before, so this isn't like, oh my gosh. I mean, each ship is unique in and of itself, but I mean, you seen one, you seen them all kind of thing, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Especially this one seems to be like super hodgepodge put together. And
When we get
Apis,
back to the surface, we have to move the Dockok arms onto our actual ship. We have to do that. Like,
Right.
I really want our ship to have Dockok arms.
Apis climbs back on board too. Everybody is now back in the ship and ready to head up. So whoever is going to be piloting this thing,
I'll pilot it this time because I'm aware of danger and like, Harlan, you're good. You're getting there. But maybe let me drive this time with the inherent danger that we know about now.
Priscilla's is gonna take
Pop-Tart!
Sparks over to the Priscilla's gonna take Sparks over to the coffee and tea station since Sparks said they just woke up. Would you like some coffee? A little caffeine?
That would be wonderful.
what does Priscilla look like?
Priscilla is a petite little cactus with all these little spines and little spikes coming out, so it does hurt to like you can come close, but once you actually touch her, it'll hurt. With blossoms and blooms and just a very diva type of look. She takes very well care of her looks. And two cute little space buns. Those are my favorite part about being Priscilla. And always in fashion, in style. Whilst carrying a giant shield on her back and keeping her bow at her side. And a whole bunch of little bombs, like belts of bombs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A warrior.
More like a tinkering for all the little kaboons.
Very nice. Very nice.
The little caboose.
I like that there's all those explosives on the ships, and then Sparks with the uncontrollable lightning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be
That part.
interesting.
We'll be fine.
Okay. So Cerise, I need you to roll 3d6 and let me know what you get.
Okay. Jesus. Okay, the highest was a 3 and the lowest is 2 1s.
Oh,
Ooh,
good.
okay.
Oh, good. You're all getting ready to go. Cerise, you're powering the ship back up, and you all hear that like engine starting kind of sound, but it's not turning over. It's like when you see one of the Doc Ock arms get ripped off of the ship and thrown into the darkness.
Oh Lord.
Is he back?
Two long, glowing blue like antennae kind of start lighting up the darkness, followed by 2 kaleidoscope eyes and then a face. As the spectropede comes back from the spectral plane of existence.
No.
Oh
Thought you could leave so easy, did you? Oh, and look! The one in the cocoon has awoken. Come to join your family, have you? Their essences were delicious.
Oh, this is not good.
Can we all hear him now?
Yep, all of you can. This is like an audible,
Okay.
and like the voice is almost like filling the darkness.
Okay, so Priscilla is immediately gonna step in front of Sparks, considering that he just referenced Sparks coming out of her cocoon. And being that he's a centipede, Priscilla is going to be like, "Excuse me, sir, I have 99 problems, and you are definitely one of them."
Nice.
I think and I'm not really sure how any of this works, so like if it's not allowed, let me know. But yeah, I mean Sparks is obviously understanding that like this is what like killed their village and everything and all of their brother and sister Mothrans. And I think with that, especially with the uncontrollable stuff, like with like a pent up like kind of like rage of like you're the reason like type deal, just kind of uncontrollable like lightning and all that, and then like kind of even like in their eyes, kind of like a flash of lightning, you know, type deal. More or less just ready to like mess this thing up if they can.
Okay, I like it.
I think Priscilla's going to see Sparks' reaction and be like, "Are you okay?"
This thing killed my brothers, my sisters, my family.
This guy? Oh no,
That's not good. Okay.
we
All
can't.
right.
We can't let him follow us back up, you guys.
Well,
No, we can't. Okay.
okay, we need to get the ship working, and maybe we can do a distraction as well or something.
I got my bombs ready.
Throw them.
I could do a hallucinogenic spore cloud.
That might be less dangerous for us, yeah.
got you. Yep.
I'm gonna stick my head out from a hatch close to the thing.
And Kanoko's just gonna go, "Hey, you over there! Come here for a second. I have a secret to tell you."
Winding very serpentine style, it like winds through its own body as it comes around to you.
And Kanoko goes, "Okay, all right. You can't tell anybody, but."
And puffs a little spore cloud at this spectropede. And that I'm creating and using a rare resource of hallucinogenic spores to puff in this thing's face. Hopefully that does something.
The spores completely like cover the spectropede's face, and you see the kaleidoscope eyes kind of like almost hold still for a second, and some of the colors get larger as it backs up and it starts like shaking its head, and its antennae begin to glow as it tries to fade into the spectral plane. But it does not appear to be going well.
With that, and I don't know if I can control the lightning quite yet, but can Sparks try to just launch a lightning bolt into the spore clouds in the attempt that, and fingers crossed, that these spore clouds are flammable?
Yes! Love that.
Okay, so you're gonna roll Veils. Oh wait, you don't have Veils.
I do not.
I
probably should have picked these better.
No, that's okay. You kind of like jumped into it. So I'm gonna say, so for what your character you were trying to build, I would say that you would need a point in Veils.
Okay.
So we'll kind of fix that later. I'll give you that one, and then we'll do internal battery. So give me 3d6.
3d6. Okay. I'll just switch my tides to Veils if that works. Okay.
Yeah.
And then save it on my end. And you said the internal battery, so 3d6.
Yep.
All right, I got a 3, 4, and a 6.
What's up, Snars? Welcome. Thank you. Just in time to see a spectropede get blown up, apparently. So, with a 6, Sparks, you harness the dark side inherent within your anger and let loose, like, an Emperor Palpatine style lightning bolt. And with being that you rolled a 6, I'm going to say that it absolutely works as intended. And all of these hallucinogenic spores that Kanoko used that are kind of flowing around its face just light up, and just a huge fireball explodes in this spectropede's face. Pieces of carapace like fly off of it. Part of its antennae gets blown off, and it's definitely rocked and falls to the ground. It's still alive, but it's definitely shaken.
Sweet!
Wow, that
I
was cool.
start to go for a high five with Sparks, but then stop myself in time. Let's not hurt our friendship yet. I want to help Sparks in what she just did, because again, I have my bombs, but I can put them onto my arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I can shoot one of my bigger bombs in that direction.
Yes. Love it.
Yes. So I believe for something like that it would be Grace or Sharps.
I have Grace, but I also have. I mean, I actually have the aspect Broadwood bow.
Yeah. So you'll get Grace. You'll get the Broadwood bow. So that would be 2d6, and then what do you think for a skill? Break.
Flourish. I have flourish.
Okay, let's do flourish.
Well,
So
I mean,
3d6, yeah.
if I remember, we can only use either aspects or skills.
Maybe.
If we use
I think
aspects, I
so.
get more dices with my brothers.
I'd have to go look it up. So we'll do that off screen. Go ahead and do what feels right and give me some dice.
I got 3 5s and a 3.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so with that being said, the arrow does hit home and does explode. And with that many 5s, there is definitely a twist. So, party, what is the twist that happens when when Prixilla's explosion goes off?
I have a suggestion that the explosion suggests that the explosion sort of goes hand in hand with the fireball, producing like you know those lightning cages where you have the big thing in the middle that kind of shoots out the massive lightning. I'm just thinking if the lightning struck the ship at exactly the right point, it might be able to channel into the little mushroom and kickstart that engine or give it an extra nitro boost kind of thing.
Like a Tesla coil.
Exactly. Yes, Tesla coil. Yep.
I got you.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
suggestion.
pretty good.
I vote for
Is
that.
that good?
I like that.
All right, I like that too. So the explosion detonates, and you see chunks of Spectropede fly everywhere. Some of it even landing on the ship itself. So you get to take a little bit of specimen home with you. The lightning bolt returns off of the Spectropede, charged with some of the energy from its antennae, which allowed it to travel to the spectral world. And as it hits the ship, it courses through all the wires and piping and plumbing and reaches that little mushroom who suddenly glows 3 times that size that day. He's like, all right, I'm super powered! And the engine turns over and immediately turns this submarine into a rocket. Now the remaining Doc Ock arms really are Naruto running behind the submarine as this thing turns into a nuclear missile heading for the surface.
We kind of just like pressed against the floor, like
Yeah.
And then there's Cerise who's like holding on to the steering column or whatever it is, trying her best to like keep up with all of this.
All of
Pinocchio
the
head
things.
out like a dog in the
Cerise's head has probably just flown off and like her cape is behind her.
So, like, almost instantly, the darkness of the drown gives way into the sink, and you see, like, the beams of light, and you're going so fast that it's like, have you ever tried to take a nap in the car and you see, like, the flashing? That's kind of what it looks like. You've almost, like, gone to plaid as you're just... So I'm going to ask you all a question. Are you going straight up or at an angle?
How did we descend?
We descended straight down because we fell.
Yeah. We went pretty straight down.
I'm
quite a
thinking
bit
we're
of it.
going straight up.
But
That's
maybe as we
probably
get
the only
close
way
to the
to-
surface, we taper off a bit, I guess.
but
Yeah.
like with the lightning / like explosion kind of like maybe push us in an angle, like kind of change the trajectory like a little bit, so maybe an angle.
Yeah. It's probably not like full on straight up, but like just a little bit.
Very
Hmm.
slight
A little
Yeah,
bit.
bit of an angle.
So like a.
one. Priscilla's gonna yell out to Kanoko as we're like ascending though, like, don't forget to warn Will we're coming back!
Oh yeah, that's right. And I up to the little mushrooms.
Send the signal that we're coming back. I can't remember what the
Right.
signal was.
You send the signal because I don't remember either, but we'll just say that the signal is sent. So straight up or at an angle?
Angle.
Angle.
Yeah.
Angle.
Despite
Yeah.
your best efforts to like kind of taper it off and like surface normally,
Yeah.
you shoot up out of the top, like through the canopy, and you see all of your little mushrooms are like doing the lights. They're like sending the message to Will, and the ship coming out of the trees now kind of has nothing holding onto it, so it's just like free floating, and it is
Like a whale.
arcing. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
arcing over the ship, and the sound of the metal actually makes that like humpback kind of. And you all see Will with his needlepoint watching you fly overhead.
Yes, I love that.
You like slam onto the trees on the other side, but because you're now up on the canopy, there's plenty of trees and leaves to like catch it nice and gently, and you almost like skirt, skirt, skirt a couple times as it comes to a stop.
Well, that was fun.
We should do that again sometime.
Bees are like kind of re-crawling back to the form of Apis after this. Like they pretty much got scattered all over the ship.
Oh goodness. Cerise is gonna grab her hat and kind of like dust it off. Put it back on. Okay.
Apis,
Well,
Your Highness, are you okay?
We're good.
Good thing. Okay.
I think Sparks is still just kind of laying on like the floor of the ship, just enjoying like the sunlight. It's the first time they've been exposed to it since coming out of the cocoon. And it's just kind of like, sitting there, glad to have like avenged their brothers and sisters, their family, and all that. Kind of feeling the weight of the fact that they won't kind of be able to be reborn because the essence is gone, but also just super grateful to have made it alive and like be reborn themselves. So kind of just and some deep feelings right there, but at the same time enjoying the sun.
I'm gonna lie down.
Stella
next to
has
Spark.
a sunbathing buddy.
Gonna
So
lie down next to
Priscilla
Spark.
also lays down next to Kanoko and Sparks.
You okay
I'm just
there,
imagining
Spark?
everybody lays down in like a circle.
Laying down. So,
Not Cerise. She's not feeling the laying down, but she is kind of looking out dramatically through like the windowsill, and her little spectral bits go to normal. Can I have it to where she's looking out at this little speck of a bone and copper ship in the distance going away?
Yeah, as it sails off into the sunset.
Yeah. It's on like it's very quiet. If it were not for that horn, nobody or nothing would have heard it. It is just very quiet. because of how it was built. And it's just like this kind of spooky thing just in the distance. But then again, Cerise is a little bit spooky. So, yeah.
Is everybody okay?
I'm okay. I've been through worse. Are you okay?
I'm good. Sparks, how are you? Are you okay?
Sparks, nods their head and is just kind of, I guess if we're in a circle, sort of like looking back or up or whatever the case may be, at you guys, just kind of is like, I am grateful, even though I may have lost my past lives family, to have in this life a new set of friends and family.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're welcome to come with us for now. This is our ship over here, the Zephyr. You're more than welcome. We have plenty of space.
That's true.
Appreciate that. Definitely will take you up on the offer. My gratitude is immense for you guys helping me avenge my past family.
Of course.
Wound up being quite the adventure.
It's not every day you get to explode a centipede, huh? Centipede, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
But Priscilla, that coffee.
Yep. Let's get that going.
So you all are
also
going
a
back
warning,
to the Zephyr?
Priscilla's not very good at making coffee. But we
That's
try
why
our
we've
best.
got Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. We need a
I-
Mr. Snow Cone for this ship.
Yeah.
Even in this universe, huh? Love it.
Yes. Black sludge snow cones.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd just be Krezerin.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Priscilla does want to ask Apis, so what's your plan now that you're with your queen?
We will return to our home
Where's your home?
in the Terrace Pine Mountains.
Well, maybe we can visit sometimes.
I would love that. Very much. Do you have a map that I could mark?
Oh, that's a good question. Do we
could
have a map?
We could, if you come with us onto our ship, we could probably make one.
I also have a many folded chart. Is that a map?
Is it?
Is it?
Yes. But I would say
Now you're getting it.
yeah. So yeah, it's a map, but I don't think I know exactly how long Sparks is in the cocoon, so it's probably kind of outdated.
We can update it, no problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead and map the
Sounds
general.
like a side quest.
Yeah.
So, Apis, how are you going to get home?
We're going to fly.
So it's okay if we take the ship, right?
Oh, yes. I have no need for it.
Perfect. We got metal, guys.
Yay!
We got
Sounds good.
material and arms.
And it's a spectropede.
Kanoko's gonna get distracted and go and like start collecting spectropede specimens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therese will too as well. Probably just now seeing that ship just disappear into the horizon.
Well, it sounds like what you're telling me here is that you're going to be doing some tearing apart and rebuilding and stealing away from this other ship, yes?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you know what that means.
Including
Montage?
collecting the
Montage.
President.
Montage.
Montage,
Yeah, collecting President too.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Priscilla will want to grab a jar and collect all the Krezerin that we get.
Cerise can help with that
Mm.
if you want.
Oh, definitely, since you
Cerise is
can,
the only one
since you
immune
can
to
touch the
Krezerin,
Krezerin.
right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm immune to the effects of Krezerin.
Yeah, definitely need your help with that.
Okay, so we're going to go around the table real quick because we got to do this montage style per the rules.
Yes.
And everybody's going to tell me exactly what you're doing while the montage song is playing. So, Priscilla, we're going to start with you.
I'm going to have Cerise help me with collecting the Krezerin, and other than that, I'm going to take inventory of all the pieces, parts that we're collecting and bringing back to the Zephyr.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do a different montage. 1 second.
We need an organized list of all the materials we have.
Krezerin, double Z, right?
Yes.
C-R-E.
Yeah.
Z-Z-E-R-I-N. Yep.
Okay. So since Sparks / Sarah is still kind of new to the game, we'll have Sparks go last.
Sounds good.
So Priscilla, you are doing your thing, gathering all that up. Cerise, what are you doing? What is your montage?
I guess helping out Priscilla with the Krezerin bit.
Okay, are you looking for any tech or anything like that you're...
Yeah, a bit of tech. Maybe just take some of the steering column.
Okay.
Ours needs to be updated.
Okay, you and I'm assuming you also grabbed the Doc Ock arms.
Yes. Yeah, that
Yes.
All right, so you have gotten 4 Doc Ock arms. You've got part of the steering column, and we'll figure out some other bits of tech that you can steal or liberate.
Liberate.
Kanoko, what is your montage?
I'm going to start by collecting, scraping bits of spectropede off the hull of this submarine. So I'm hoping I get a few different parts, like some carapace and some like of the internal goop, and like I don't know if there's like a solid eyeball. If there is, I would be so happy to get like one of those kaleidoscopic lenses or something. Yeah, and then I'm guessing it's going to be all hands on deck to start moving these Doc Ock arms from one ship to the other.
Right. All right, so with a 6, I will say that you do, in fact, get one of the eyeballs.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear.
Nice.
Yeah, how big is the eyeball?
It's about yay big.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn!
Yeah, it's a big old eyeball. I'll say it's probably 6 meters across.
That's 18 feet across.
Yeah.
It was a big centipede.
Because the spectropede was large enough to wrap around the submarine.
Damn, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what you know what we can do with that? We can mount it on our ship like a sunroof. Have like an atrium on top of the ship with a sunroof that's like it's got the kaleidoscopic.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's a creative use for that. I like it.
Now we can
Sparks,
sunbathe protected.
yeah.
Wait, are you saying we
Prismatic
can
style.
put the eyeball on top?
Yeah,
So-
like the cornea, like the lens, or the the surface or something.
Hell yeah.
So we're creating our own Eye of Sauron?
Even better.
I like it so much. I can't even begin to explain it.
That's great.
Sparks, what does your montage look like?
Well, I'm with Apis kind of like having the like chart outstretched and kind of like we're talking about I figure they're probably like, hey, your map's kind of outdated, but this is probably where we're at in relation to this X, Y, and Z stuff, and just also kind of just chatting it up with Apis, specifically like with the Queen, since that is the first thing that like I wanted to say person, but I guess it's not a person. The first entity that Sparks came across and whatnot. So that's what Sparks is up to.
Okay.
First connection.
Oops. So real quick, I'm gonna. Where'd it go? Might not work.
No.
I love this montage song.
Every show needs a montage. A fucking montage.
Oh, it's not the right stuff. I was gonna post that picture that Lennon just posted in our Discord of what the ship looks like, but it won't let me do it because it's not a correct file. But
Aw.
yeah, that's amazing. I love that. So I guess if you want to see it, you're gonna have to join our Discord.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, you go through your montages and collect all these bits and bobs and items and getting everything ready. And for the first time in a very long time, pretty much since I started DMing these shows, I'm going to end our show on a high note with no crazy cliffhanger.
Yay! Woo!
You all have done such an amazing job tonight. It was so good. I think, let's see, what should we do for milestones? I think a major milestone is Zephyr saved the Queen. I think that'll be the major milestone. And then I think I'm going to give you each a minor one. We'll do Ghostbusters for the beating the Spectropede. We'll do the Friends Along the Way. And Full Speed to Adventure.
Nice.
But before we do the official wrap up here, I assume that after collecting all of your things, you all are making your way back to the town to go talk to Weaselbop.
Mhm.
Is that the general idea?
I think so.
I can't even remember what I named that town. It was so long ago.
We never really gave it a name. We just said we landed in port.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really find out the name. I don't think we really asked.
Let me see
Um,
if I wrote anything down. Treeview. Treeview.
There you go. Treeview. So you're
Okay.
heading back to Treeview to speak to Weaselbop about getting the required specific Exile's copper that you need to fill this ship. Sparks,
And the snow
the
cone.
Zephyr and the snow cone machine. The Zephyr is the name of the ship. It is basically a copper racing ship. It's made pretty much out of just purely copper, but it does have some Swiss cheese holes in it at the moment. Instead of like chainsaws that usually are what power ships and kind of rip their way through the treetops, this particular tree has two like Star Trek style nacelles on the outside that are powered by lightning. So it's really like speaking to your soul when this thing powers up.
Oh man, it's kind of
The
like.
engine-
Sorry, I'm imagining it's like when you're standing, and sorry, this like next to an F-16 when it's like full burner and you can just feel it like right in your chest. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, not to cut
Love
it.
that.
No, that's good.
Okay.
That's
we-
pretty accurate.
We have pride in the Zephyr.
That's
It
awesome.
doesn't look like much, but it goes through a lot.
That
Yes.
is our home.
Mhm.
And one of the other inhabitants, there's two other inhabitants on the ship. One is similar to Priscilla in that it is also a cactus, but it's a little puppy. It doesn't have a face or anything, but you get the sense that it's running around with a tongue hanging out, even though it doesn't really have one.
And it has a little
it-
flower tail that
Yeah.
waggles a lot.
It's just
And
like a red stuck petal, like on the.
There you go.
Yep,
It,
yep.
it likes to like carry its toys around by like sticking them to the spines.
Nice.
And the other inhabitant is a human, or they're not called humans in this game, an ardent man named Will, who really enjoys needlepoint, but only does puns. He just, as you all were getting everything wrapped up, he had just finished one that he's quite proud of that's just a leaf. And it says, "I am a leaf on the wind."
Oh no!
Oh man.
You went with that.
Oh,
All right. And with that, we are
Don't
going
kill
to
our
wrap
Will.
this. Don't
Oh.
kill our will.
Don't
Our
kill
will
our
to live.
Give him the will to live.
Where there's a will,
Um,
there's a way.
Yeah. And also, Sparks, don't feel like he's not rude. He just doesn't speak very much. So, if he's not trying to ignore you or anything, he's just a man of few words.
Got you.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for playing tonight. Thank you to chat. Everything you did was amazing. I'm sorry that I did not call for very many rolls or any at all, to be specific. But we were just trying to get Sparks introduced and having a great time. But we're going to do one roll right now. Excuse me. Right now that is quite important. We've been... I have been putting it off for a while, so I am going to roll a 1d8 really quick to determine the winner of our dice contest.
Ooh.
Dig out a d8 here. One lucky winner will get 2 sets of dice and a lovely sticker of our logo, which I'll hold that up real quick if everybody can see it. But look, my green screen isn't going to allow it, but it's our logo that's up in the corner. You can see it floating over there right around Sparks. Looks like that. It's a lovely sticker. Super great. Let's roll this die and see who we get. That would be a 7. And looks like our first winner ever for the dice giveaway is Zombified. Zombified.
Nice.
So I will be reaching out to Zombified. This is a contest for subscribers. We'll be doing it every month. So the sooner you subscribe, the sooner you get entered. And we'll I'm going to be doing this more often in the like mid-month kind of thing to give everybody a chance to get their subscriptions in. Yeah, so thank you all very much. Zombified will be contacting you, and we'll see you all next game. How about that intro one more time, everybody? How's that sound?
Yeah.
One more time as we go out. All right, thank you all. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.